ones of President Ruto are also not happy with me. Because I said, why would you say you are a Pan-Africanist? Because Pan-Africanism is necessitated by the fact that we are an oppressed nation.
Israel is a great friend of Kenya. Israel is a great friend of Kenya.
Let us say L'chaim. Salute.
Israel is a great friend of Kenya.
President Ruto has got a platform to speak and not say anything on Palestine, on Israel, on it. He can, that thing, it is called a diplomatic language. So you stand up and then speak like that about pregnant women who are dying, and then you say we must keep quiet because if we speak, we are attacking the president. No. A Pan-Africanist, when he sees children being murdered, a Pan-Africanist, when he sees occupiers killing the rightful owners of the land, can never sympathize with such people. And then President Ruto says, I'm with Israel.
Hapa tumeombea leo nchi ya Palestine na Israel. Lakini mambo ya Palestine na Israel mpaka kweli julikana. Amani hawezi kuja pale mpaka wale wa Palestina wapate haki yao.
And William and First Lady Rachel Ruto, Rachel as we say, Michal and I are delighted to welcome you here today to the Holy Land, to Jerusalem, to Zion, to this land of the Bible and the beating heart of the entire world. The Bible talks about this very city and says, God's word will emanate from Jerusalem. It envisions it as a city of peace.
That are going on between Israel and Palestine. We believe that terrorism cannot be an answer to any conflict. Neither is occupation. We believe that Palestine should be a free state, and we stand for a two-nation solution as a means. We made a very clear statement when Israel was attacked that it was wrong. We have also made a very clear statement when there were excesses in the use of force, when children were attacked, when there were atrocities, committed against the people of Palestine. We made a very strong statement that was also wrong, because two wrongs cannot amount to a right. And we are firm in our belief of two things: that the situation in Middle East, the situation in Gaza cannot be solved using military means. That's number one. And number two, we also are of the firm belief that a two-nation solution is the way to go. We believe in self-determination. We believe in the existence of Israel as a nation and as a friend, but we also believe in the existence of Palestine as a state. And that is our position. And we will not walk away from that. That has been Kenya's position. That continues to be Kenya's position.
At the United Nations, it's true that you voted 3 times for a ceasefire. The United States blocked that move, so there's a misalignment between you and the United States on that. You also voted recently for the recognition of the Palestinian state. You've spent a lot of time with President Biden. It's all very well to say we believe in the two-state solution, but when you are sitting with him, are you pushing strongly for an end to this calamity in the Middle East? Since the United States is seen as being central, it can stop this calamity with the sale of arms. It is perpetuating this calamity. Did you say anything about that?
The position of Kenya is known. It is not for me to decide.
You are sitting with him in the room.
It is not for me to decide the position of the United States of America.
Can we not tell your friends not to support a genocide?
And our position has been very clear when it comes to a two-state solution. It is not a position that we acquired yesterday. It is a position that has been and continues to be Kenya's position, irrespective of the positions of other countries, because we prosecute our own agenda, we speak for ourselves, we think for ourselves, and we drive our own
Mr. President, you are in the capital
globally
of the world, in the most powerful capital in the world. You've got international aid organizations pleading and crying for help. We are seeing mass graves, children being starved and emaciated. You are here right now at this pivotal, significant political moment. Surely it's not enough to say we as Kenya call for a two-state solution when you are sitting with the man whose country is selling arms to Israel. Why not leverage your proximity and your advantage to appeal for reason?
Let me tell you, my sister, Kenya has done its bit. We have taken the firmest position when our alliance, when our interests converge with the United States, we stand together. When they don't, we stand separately. But that does not mean we become enemies. That does not mean it affects our friendship. It's just because it is what it is.
Well, you clearly are the United States' favorite partner then, because it has threatened anyone who stands against it, even Congress here introducing bills to punish countries, to punish the International Criminal Court. But for some reason, you are escaping that kind of censor. Does that indicate that you are not pushing hard because you are allies with Israel and you are nursing these relationships even in the face of such catastrophe?
That's your opinion, and it doesn't necessarily reflect what Kenya stands for. As I have told you, we are very firm in our belief on a resolution of the conflict in Gaza, not by military means. We do not support what is going on in terms of women, children, mass graves. And we have made our position very clear. And secondly, there are countries who don't believe in a two-state solution for the Middle East. We do, and we are unapologetic about it because we believe that is the right position.
Right.
Israel must exist as a state, and they are our friend, but Palestine too must exist as a state.
The Bible talks about this very city and says, God's word will emanate from Jerusalem. It envisions it as a city of peace, in which the prayers of people from all over the world will be heard, as is said, from my house will be called the house of prayer for all nations. And like Jerusalem, which has inspired humanity, beautiful Kenya has captured the imagination of people throughout the world for as long as history itself. Yes, it is home to some of the most fascinating prehistoric discoveries that answer some of humanity's most pressing questions about its origins, your state, Kenya. But historical developments also put Kenya at powerful cultural and economic intersections of civilizations that have positioned it to broadly influence the unfolding human story. It is therefore not in the slightest bit surprising that one of the first conceptual drafts of Zionism was to opt for a national home for the Jewish people in your land. Of course, it was called the Uganda plan, but it was actually the Kenya plan. And maybe, who knows, we may have been now neighbors together. But still, it clearly highlights the many points of contact and similarity between our peoples. In other words, Mr. President and First Lady, we are more than partners. We are clearly mishpacha, family. So, with your remarkable nation and our incredible nation, we can do so much together, and together your visit makes this option so viable. Let us therefore raise a toast to the deep roots that connect us to the present that calls to us and the future that awaits us. And let us say L'chaim. Salute. Ambassadors.
Because anything that drives the French out of our continent is worth celebrating by all of us. And that's why I celebrate that. Now, the ones of President Ruto are also not happy with me. Because I said, why would you say you are a Pan-Africanist? Because Pan-Africanism is necessitated by the fact that we are an oppressed nation. We're a dejected nation. We're a rejected nation as Africans. That everyone else who's rejected should find sympathy in us because we know what being rejected means. Now, Palestinians are being rejected, are being isolated, they are being killed on their own land. The same way the Mau Mau rebellion heroes were killed by occupiers. The same way the Bambata rebellion heroes were killed by the occupiers. The same way people were killed in South Africa during apartheid. President comes and says, I'm with Israel. How do you say that? An Israel that is bombing children in hospitals, pregnant women in hospitals. How do you say you're with Israel that bombs a refugee camp?